What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Nate the Great YouTube channel. My name is Nate. I'm out here zooming. It's day 8. So we're going to be posting up what I eat in a video today, and then I'll probably post this up the following day. I've just been kind of busy living life, so I haven't really had time to do some editing. I got all the things recorded, so don't worry. We'll get back to a normal cadence here pretty soon. I don't really have any channel updates. Again, doing my 5K here at the end of June. Be rolling into a 10K with the goal of running a marathon on my birthday or around my birthday at the end of on my 44th birthday in January of next year. So really excited about that. Still going to the gym 3 days a week, doing modified sugar fasting / sugar diet. So on the days that I don't go to the gym, I do a normal sugar fast. And then on the days that I go to the gym, after the gym, I'll have around 100 to 150 grams of lean meat for lunch, and then a sugar bomb in the morning, sugar bomb in the evening. Again, not focused on the calorie count, not focused on the weight per se, just working on that lean mass increase. So I'm actually going to start publishing my body fat percentage and my lean mass overall muscle profile, primarily because that's what I'm focused on. And I know weight loss is really the weight loss, but really at this point I'm gaining weight, which is okay, because again, my body fat percentage is going down, my muscle mass, my lean mass is going up, and that's exactly what I want, right? So the scale weight, again, if you get fixated on just the number, you're gonna get really disappointed. So that's why I love breaking that down. And so I'll start publishing more of what my goal is, which is the overall weight stability with body fat and muscle going up. Anyways, this is going to be a weird video because, I don't really, I said at the very beginning, the journey begins, I generally steer clear of politics. But it's really hard at this point in time as a veteran to just kind of stand by idly and kind of let things happen and just, it is what it is. So I just really wanted to kind of set my solidarity point there. If you're a MAGA person or somebody that leads with hate and bigotry and all that stuff, find yourself a new YouTube channel to, procure your sugar fasting and sugar diet needs. I'm not going to be one of those people for you. So let me just give you a couple background pieces for me. I am a veteran. I was overseas in 2003 to 2006. And I started out in South Korea, and then I went to an undisclosed location to support our troops that were boots on the ground in Afghanistan and Iraq. So I have a unique perspective. When I first arrived in South Korea, on one of the air bases there, I noticed that there was a significant presence of American citizens, by the way, outside of our gates every single day, and they were protesting, and they would burn American flags, and they would do all these things that would get, news attention, and then there would be news articles, etc. And then I would always hear a couple of my fellow airmen, they'd always go like, they shouldn't be able to do that. We should go out there and arrest them for burning our flag, etc., etc. And then this started to boil up, and to the point where our commander actually came out and gave a speech and basically said, look, I don't agree with them burning the flag either, but listen, those are American citizens. We protect the First Amendment, right? We protect their right to protest. We may not like it. We may not even it may actively make us upset, but the act of protest is sycamore in America. The idea that we should suppress somebody's opinion or suppress somebody's thinking or the way they pronounce, their position on something is just completely against everything that the Constitution is ingrained to do, right? So I agree with them, right? And this is where I always come back and I ask all of my mega people that, inevitably I live in Florida. So I always ask them, like, look, what is the American flag? What is it? It's a symbol. What is it a symbol of? Well, it's a symbol of freedom. Okay, well, if they don't have the freedom to burn that flag and you try to stop them, is it really a symbol of freedom? Now, again, I never agreed with it. I actually was one of the camp that was like, look, I really don't like this. This is stupid. Why are we allowing them to do what they do? But it reminded me, that commander reminded me that, look, protesting, using your voice, and not having the government intervene in that affair, right? Suppress that voice is the foundation of America. Without that, without the First Amendment, without free speech, we literally fall into tyranny and socialism, all the things that have been fear-mongered forever. And so I need everybody to understand. Look, I live in Florida. We have a lot of immigrants that live here. Every time I drive by strawberry fields, I try to remind my children, you see all those immigrants out there? You think those are all documented immigrants? No. But guess what? They're doing hard work, and they're providing us the opportunity to have cheaper food, fresher food. You know, we have a lot of people that get their lawns serviced here in Florida. Do you think those are all documented immigrants? No. But you know what? They come and they do their work, and they work hard. And more times than not, they get mistreated, they get underpaid. But you know what they are? They're human beings. Human beings just trying to provide for their family. They're not criminals. They're not terrible people. They're human beings. And I think in this point in time, we need to keep saying this over and over again in whatever platform and whatever audience we have. We're all immigrants. Every single one of us. We're not from here. I have white skin. The people that lived here that we stole this land from didn't have white skin. Okay? We came and we took this land, and now we occupy it and call it our own. That being said, every generation of immigrants that come to this country trying to just provide more value, more substance, more stability for their families, they get vilified, they get cast out by this evil, just vilification of the other. You scare them, you're scared, you watch Fox News all day, and you're told that these immigrants are all bad people. And I'm telling you right now, that mindset, that hateful mindset, is going to drive you consistently mad, because you're just going to constantly look at other people that don't look like you and think that they're bad people, and they're not. And that's the one thing that I think I just wanted to get off my chest here today. Again, this isn't a sugar fasting video. This isn't anything like that. This is really just me putting my stake down. I know I only have like 100 subscribers on YouTube. That's totally fine. I needed to say this because at the end of the day, we are stronger as a nation because of our immigrants, not the opposite. Sending everybody back home, you know, getting them out of here, you know, watching all these videos of ICE arresting children and people at Home Depot. Are you kidding me? Like, these people sit out Home Depot waiting for a job, and they come and they do whatever, you know, home project that people want to hire them for. They pay them whatever they want to pay them, and they do good work, all because all they're trying to do is make some money so they can provide for their family. What's wrong with that? I honestly, and here's the thing is I keep coming back to is they're doing the jobs that Americans don't want to do. I mean, there's been plenty of, if you go and actually do some research, the Texas farmers, you know, you'll never see all of the anybody from Texas vilifying immigrants. Why? Because they use immigrants to harvest their crops. Without the immigrants, their crops go bust. They're spoiled, and they rot, and then they go to waste, and they lose a bunch of money. Now, the reason why we had an open border policy for so long, under many Republican presidents, by the way, including Reagan, which I used to be a Republican. I used to be a big conservative. Not anymore. That whole party has gone off a cliff. It's gone. It's completely different and has no value aside from just hate and bigotry. That being said, the reason why we had an open border policy is not to let them come into our country and then occupy everything. It's because they would come up seasonally. They would work the fields. They would do the jobs that nobody wanted to do here in America. They would provide our value by giving us all of our services, all of our products, you know, all the things that come out of fields. And then they would go home to their families, right? They would come and they would go. And then they would do it every season. They would come up, do their work, and then go home. And you know what? It worked really, really well. So this whole build the wall thing, it doesn't actually do what you want it to do. The wall doesn't stop them from coming in. The wall stops them from being able to go back home. And that's what I'm talking about. The dehumanization of people that throughout our history, without them, our economy does not work in America. Does not work. So anyways, as a veteran, as somebody that I feel has gotten out of a couple cults in the last year / many years, I will say this. We're all human beings. We're all mostly just trying to provide for our families and doing the best we can with what we have to make our lives and our new families, our kids' lives, a little bit better than ours. And we need to just take stock at this moment in time and realize, my veterans, my active duty members, you took an oath to the Constitution, not to a president. Seeing you up there clap when Trump is calling, you know, fake news and all this stuff, and you're up there cheering and clapping. No. When you're in that uniform, hey, you can be whatever you want when you're not in uniform, right? Go to the rallies, go to the speeches, be a hardcore MAGA fella. When you put on that uniform, you knock that crap off and you defend the Constitution, the one that you swore an oath to. Remember, this isn't a game. And all the boos and all the hisses in a political speech from a president, and you're back there in uniform, it's disgraceful, it's unacceptable, and every single one of you, we should be ashamed, look in the mirror, and recognize what part of history you want to be a part of, okay? Do you want to be a part of that hate, of that otherizing of other people, or do you want to be a part of a society that looks to bring everybody in as a collective to make us all better as human beings and as a society? So with that, I really want to hope everybody is having a good day. Again, this was just my attempt to try to make my voice heard. I think everybody should do the same, regardless of where you're at, what life you have. Use your privilege or not. The idea is, if we remain complicit, if we remain silent in the face of evil, then evil wins. And I just refuse to do that anymore. So I hope everybody's having a good day. Hope everybody's out there getting a nice non-negotiable in, whatever that is. Listen, be kind. Choose love over hate. Seriously. All my service members, thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifices. Those people that were cheering and booing the political rally in uniform, I'm not mad at you. I'm just really disappointed. And I know you can change. I know you can do better. Thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.